YouTube. Thanks for coming back to my channel. My name is One of a Kind Vlogs. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you'll never miss a video. Hit the all button so every time I post, you will get the notifications. And comment down below. Share me out to all platforms. This is part 2 of Day in a Life of One of a Kind Vlogs as a diabetic. Now, let me say this. Today we're going to talk about meal planning, because meal planning has a lot to do with it. Because again, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. To pick it back on the first thing I was talking about, I don't do what I'm supposed to do. I do what I want to do. It's just I eat in moderation of what I want to eat. I don't eat a lot of candy. I don't eat a lot of sweets anymore. But at the time, that's what I was doing. I was eating sweets, candy, potato chips, everything won't nail down, ice cream, whatever. Now, I have something right here that I happened to find that me and Pops was doing. And the first thing is diabetic meal planning. Plan your plate. Take control. Don't skip meals. That's another thing I was doing wrong. I was skipping meals. Try for 3 per day and space 4 to 5 hours apart. That's another thing I was doing wrong. Okay. Everything I'm reading you, I was doing wrong. Eat smaller portions. No sir. Macaroni and cheese supposed to be like this. Macaroni and cheese on my plate was like this. Mashed potatoes supposed to be like this with a little gravy. My mashed potatoes on my plate like this. I done the opposite of what I wasn't supposed to do. Eat out less. No more than 3 times a week. I ate out every chance I got. It's a story behind it, but I thought I would start off with this because this is important. Include healthy foods every day: vegetables, fruit, whole grain, nuts, low-fat dairy, beans, and peas. Vegetables that is your friend, basically. Be physically active, start slow, and work out as much as your doctor advises. Didn't do that. Avoid sugar, sweetening beverages, and fruit juices. Now, see, I was the opposite of that, okay? And I'm going to turn around and show you what I'm reading. Let's see, the foods in yellow are carbohydrates and will raise blood sugar, which is blood glucose. Choose 3 to 4 servings from the yellow group at each meal until you see a dietitian for your own meal plan. The target is from 80 to 130 for 4 meals. Less than 80, 2 hours after meal. Your provider may advise different targets. Now, this is what I was reading right here. Right? I'm going to peek around the corner. This is what I was reading. Let's sit it back so y'all get a good view. And as you can tell, the stuff that's in yellow from what I was reading will raise your blood sugar. This, and fruit, and this. This right here is your friend. This right here is protein and all the other stuff you can have, like, you know what I'm saying? So, now, let me say this. I landed myself in the hospital because I was doing all the wrong reasons, okay? You have to do what your dietitian and what your doctor tells you to do. There's no shortcut. Me, I was taking shortcuts on everything, and it didn't go right in my favor. You know what I'm saying? I had all kinds of things going on. All kinds of things. I stayed at the emergency room and I stayed at the doctor's office. The stuff that I was doing wrong, okay? Like I said, the bread and starchy foods is not good for you. Your fruit and your milk, not good for you, because it says the foods in yellow are carbohydrates and will raise your blood sugar. Who knew milk would raise your blood sugar? I don't drink milk. I don't eat that much fruit now. because I know it'll raise it. I don't eat that much bread, grains, and starchy food, starchy vegetables, because I know it's gonna raise it. I'd like to sometimes I cook out of the can, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I cook fresh. Ain't nothing like fresh greens. You wash them real good. You put them in the pan, put your little ham hock in there, or pork chop bone, or steak bone, or whatever you want to put in there to add with it, to add that flavor. That's the best way to go nowadays. Fresh food. Now in my pantry right now, I have canned goods. Okay. And the other thing is your blood glucose target. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be, but mine right now is from 80. I have my machine set for 80, or from 80 to 230. But I'm gonna drop the 230 down to 200. I'm gonna try 200 until I can drop it down to where it's supposed to be. I'm doing it this year. Always exercise. It's good to exercise. It's good to lose weight at all times, at all costs. Now let me say this. There's a chart on the back. I'm not going to read it. But there's a chart on the back. So I'm pretty sure y'all can see it. Chart on the back. Blow it up, screenshot it, whatever y'all got to do. Now, let me say this too. Okay. I don't want to put this thing out. But this came from the VA, which is the same thing that I go through my this is gonna be two parts of this. It's gonna be two parts of this because I got a lot to cover in so little time. But let me say the story time thing with me. By me not doing like I was supposed to be doing, I had to go to the emergency room one day. I was with my at the time I was with my fiance, and I was at, what was that, dad's house? I think I was at my dad's house. Oh yeah, I was at my dad's apartment. And I had my appendix, I had stomach pains, right? And I was leant over like this the whole time. I couldn't sit back like this or none of that. I had to sit up like this the whole time. Something right. So my dad was like, "Your stomach pain that bad?" He was like, I ain't gonna say her name, but you need to take her to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room, and when I got to the emergency room, they said, good thing I got over there in time because my appendix was about to burst. I was like, what the heck? So I had the emergency surgery. I'm sitting in there like, what the heck is going on, man? I was just eating fine, man. I just had a stomach pain. So they got my appendix out and all this and that. And then they was like, you got to follow what you're supposed to do, with your doctor and everything. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you eat between meals. If it ain't but a pack of crackers, because your sugar goes up and down by itself. You have no control of it. So I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So when I got out, I'd say 2 weeks after that, I went back to work because I was working for Jared, the Gallery of Jewelry. I was a porter, which is another fancy word for a janitor. But I was doing that, and then I was up on the ladder, and I noticed that thing was getting big, man. I said, I ain't supposed to be like that. So I'm like, I'm gonna finish this up and I'm gonna go home. So when I got home with my fiance, I told her, I said, man, something ain't right. So I said, I'm gonna cook me some fries. The heat from the stove, right, made it come back open again. So I was looking at it, not to get graphic. But it was, it was leaking, basically, put it that way. It was leaking, and I went back to the men's room, they put staples in. I'm like, man, we never had staples, They had to reinforce, reinforce the staples that I had in there. So that was going on. And just to speed up a little bit, after that, I was like, okay, I'm good. I ain't gonna speed it up. I was good. So I was like, I wonder what else I can get myself into now. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, what else gonna happen? So after that ordeal with her, and it didn't go as planned, our relationship, when she went back home, I stayed here in Charlotte. And when I stayed here in Charlotte, it's like everything from the relationship part, everything just, I was up here. Everything just started falling down. It's like I was doing what I want to do. What a break. So everything I wanted to do was going downhill. Now, which leads me to my next thing that I got going on, which is this. Remember, wear an identification bracelet or necklace. Ask your diabetes educator, which is, I have a bracelet, but I don't have it on. It's in the drawer. I have a bracelet. Always carry a quick source of sugar with you. Now, I do that, which is, sometimes it's candy. Sometimes I have a little tablets with me. I do that to check your blood sugar before driving, and never drive when it is low. I'm going to come back to that one. Call your doctor or telephone advice nurse if you have any repeated low blood sugars, which I do that. Even now I do it. Back then and now, I've always done it. If not responsive or unable to swallow, please call 911. Okay, now listen. Going back to check your blood sugars before you drive, and never drive when it's low. Now, let's get to this. This is my diabetes monitor. It is in my stomach, okay? Right now I'm sitting at 148. Okay. And this is after I ate. I'm at 148. Before I ate, it was what was this one? 186. But it's only been high since I got that testosterone shot yesterday, 2 days ago. It's been running whatever's been running. I'm so used to it being low all the time. Now it's in the middle and high all the time. But with that being said, do not, and I repeat, do not drive when your sugar is low, because you don't know if you're gonna black out. You can hit something. You can hit somebody. You can run off the road. You can dive in the river. It can be anything. Run through a building. Anything. You think you messed on the brake and mashed the gas, and you gone. So do not do that. I've done it several times, and I've actually pulled over on a trip by myself. Pulled over and sit there for a minute. You have my little snacks on my dashboard. I always keep stuff on my dashboard. I don't care if it's donuts. I don't care if it's lifesavers. I don't care what it is. Crackers, whatever. I keep stuff on my dashboard. Pull over, get your dashboard, eat you something, drink you a little something. Sit there for a few minutes until your sugar go back up. And your sugar go back up, and it's at the point where you feel oriented, not disoriented, but you feel oriented. Then you continue to go on. Okay? Don't do like the stuff I used to do. Okay? Because it's bad. And I'm telling you, I'm doing this for documentation. I'm doing this now so y'all will know. Y'all may know somebody that's doing the same thing I'm doing. Or was doing. Because I don't do it now. That I was doing. And it could be leading down the wrong road. Right? So, I was doing that. Which is a big no-no. Now, let me say this. Me being hard-headed back in the days, I done what I wanted to do, which is a big no-no again. Okay, I walk around telling everybody, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I wasn't even doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? It's one part of my life back then, I was big, and then I ended up getting this big. This big. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't taking my medicine like I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't exercising right. I wasn't doing anything. It's like I was looking at diabetes as a crutch at 1 minute, and looking at it like, whatever, God gonna take it away. But God puts stuff on you sometimes. He don't want to put it on you, but he puts you through that for a lesson. And my lesson was to learn how to live with diabetes. Yes, I do believe that he can take it away, and it is reversible. I'll talk about that later on down the road, but right now, let's stick to this story. Okay. 2 months later after that incident, I'm on the side of the road. and I'm not doing like I'm supposed to be doing. I got married for the second time, right? Second time. No. Let me go back. The first marriage, I got married from the first marriage, and the police and the ambulance stayed at my house every other day because I was arguing with her, not knowing that every time you get upset, your sugar rises to the point of no return. Okay, and I wasn't looking at it like that. I was looking at it like, okay, she gonna argue with me, I'm gonna argue with her. I ain't gonna back down from nobody. Not even her. It was just other people, whatever, fighting, whatever. Whatever I was into back in the days, I was, into it. When I got mad, I just got mad. You know what I'm saying? So, get mad. You shouldn't get mad. You should just sit back and relax, because as soon as you get mad, your blood starts boiling. The sugar's gonna rise. Okay, it's gonna rise up. Now let me say this too. Now getting to my second marriage. No, let me go back. Now back to my first marriage. After we got divorced or what have you, what was I? I think I was down here because I came down here several times off and on. I came down here the second time, and we got into it again before I left. And I told her, I said, well, you must like me going to the men's room a lot. So before I moved down here, I ended up going to urologist. And he was like, since you got diabetes, you got a lot of things going on. I was like, okay. So I was having problems urinating. So he had to go in and fix it. He said where not to get graphic, but the tube that you urinate out of, because I'm going to be, respectful. It was closing up due to my sugar being off the Richter scale. And I was like, yo, so what's that mean? He said, well, it's getting hard for you to urinate. I said, yes, sir, it is. He said, well, I got to go in there and open it up, because if I don't, it's going to cut it off, and then you're going to have surgery altogether down there. And I was like, no, you do what you got to do. So I had that done. And it was just little events that was happening to me. I just started noticing things. I was like, what the heck going on? So when I left from up there in Virginia, this was in Virginia, I moved down here. And when I moved down here, I really started having problems. After my fiance down here had left from earlier when I was talking about, I'm jumping around, but you gotta excuse me. The story jumps around, trust me. So I started having problems with my foot. I started having feet problems. I said, okay, here we go with the feet problem deal. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry for the jumping around of the video, but there's just certain things I'm thinking about as I'm telling the story that I may have not touched back on the last video or the first one. Like I said, it's two parts to this one. And mainly is about eating. Eating was the main thing I was trying to come across to you all, and you have to eat right. You have to follow that chart I showed you. You have to, when you're diabetic, you have to eat certain foods that other people don't eat. Like syrup. Syrup has to be no sugar. I eat it with the sugar because 9 times out of 10 when I wake up in the morning, my sugar's low anyway. Even to this day, it's low. So I'm dealing with that regardless. I don't drink milk. I eat dry cereal. I don't eat that much. I may put some in a cup, a plastic cup, and I eat it, out of that. And then I eat eggs. I eat toast. I normally eat 2 pieces of toast. It's supposed to be 1, but I eat 2 because I know how my body is. 2 pieces of toast. I may eat a sausage cut up, and I eat a banana. It's supposed to be a half banana, but I eat the whole banana because they're not as big as they as I sometimes buy them. They're just a small one. I may not have 2 or 3. Like I got 2 over there now. I had 5 when I bought them 2 days ago, but I've been eating them, and I take spells. You know, when I eat bananas, fruit, or anything now. I used to eat a lot of ice cream. I don't eat ice cream now. I don't have none in my freezer. I eat cheese. So cheese to me is dairy. It's milk. It's made out of milk. So I eat cheese. And I'm very seldom to eat that now because the cheese makes you constipated. I don't eat peanut butter because peanut butter give you a run. So I'm in a no-win situation. I'm either gonna be I'm gonna be like, oh, wait a minute, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm about to stink on myself or something. You can laugh at that because that's funny. But I'm just saying, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Cause it's either you're in control or it's gonna be control of you. And that's something you don't want. You don't want nothing that controls you. You want to be in control of it. So I'm going to end this video. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you'll never miss a video. Comment down below. And remember, you're too blessed to be stressed. Love and happiness at all times. Hug somebody and tell me you love it. Always do a random act of kindness. Share me out on all major platforms. My join button is up. It's at $2.99. I didn't want to charge too much, and I didn't want to charge too less. I feel like $2.99 is just right. Feel free to join my channel. You won't be disappointed. I have the game Scatterglowers coming pretty soon. I'm working on a few more kinks in it, and then I'm gonna bring it to the channel. Get my prizes and stuff together. You know, I'm trying to get this stuff together. You know, I don't want to come in half-assed and it. You know, I want to come in there full throttle. I have my 2 links in the comment section. One of them is I'm too old for that, and the other one is my new merch. I got new merch coming out probably today or next week. New merch is gonna be dropped. When you look at my platform, you look at my merch. I'm gonna have merch of different things, not just one thing, but different things. And I have merch coming out, Building the Empire is coming out, and I have another saying that's coming out probably today. I'll probably do it today or tomorrow. Yeah, but join my channel. Hey, share me out on all platforms, and I will see you on the next one for part 2.